everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll clean out my winter deadout hive and make preparations for this upcoming spring. We'll leave the hive acting as a swarm trap. Stay tuned.
What I'm going to do first is take the top off the hive. I use 3 of these on each one on top of the cover to hold it down for the winter. These Valvoline was tossing out, they're maybe a step better than the political signs. I use this paint stick on top to give that a little pitch. Okay, pulling off the foam lid. Okay, here, let me show you this. Here I cut these strips of sign, so that I have this strip of ventilation all the way around the perimeter. Ends up being an 1/8 inch by, I'm going to say 10 inches here, so that's over a square inch. 2, 3, 4, 5, equivalent of 5 square inches of 1/8 inch screen opening to provide ventilation. There's a gap along the outside perimeter too. Okay. This is an extra shim that I put in here that also provides ventilation. These clips are what I use to hold the jacketing on for the winter. And over the winter I just throw the arms in here on the top of the cedar. I'll show you that in a second. These are the cedar chips that I put in the top. Underneath it is a feeder from Mann. Mann. The screen in the middle, so this provides the moisture control in the winter. Works nice if there are bees in it. I did get a few hives made it through 2 winters ago. These have worked quite well for me. I used the camo duct tape on the corners. Actually, this winter has seen some wear for this one. This corner's blown out a little. Can be fixed. This will stow away nicely. There's an upper shim I had. This is blocked off. Okay, I put this around in the fall to keep anyone coming in and out between the Candyboard and the top deep. Okay, as I pull these off, I'll set them right here. And right here something was into it. This I want to be able to put on top of, put this underneath it so it collects any sugar that comes off of here. There, see? These are shims that I put in to keep the sugar from sealing down. Created a gap, put those in to create a gap. There's a couple small hive beetles up here. See, small hive beetle trap. One small bug in here, that's about it. These I put mineral oil in here, it seems to work quite well. Set this right here where it'll hold upright. I can deal with that in a little while. Okay. There's some burr comb in here, tying these together. Tool. This hive is loaded with resources, which I'm going to take and I'm going to freeze. So. Looks like something's been into these top combs here, top cells. Capped honey on here, a little propolis on the ends. Here's a lot of burr comb in between these two. Some of the honey in these cells has white, like almost looks like it's fermented in here in these cells. Maybe someone can comment if they know what that is. I think that's the fermented honey. Yeah, I don't think I can get a close enough zoom on it. I put the year of the frame on each one, and that way I can orient them in the same direction when I pull them in and out. Another hefty frame. So it looks like crystallized, maybe it's crystallized honey. Nice frame of built out comb right here. Comb. Another comb half filled with capped honey. Partial frame of capped honey here. They started to build this side out, so this will go forward. Not a bee to be seen up in here. This is interesting. These are capped cells on here. Some of them have little beads of honey seeping out. See, a lot of these have what looks like the crystallized sugar in them. It's clear on the camera. In. Last frame in the top box. More capped honey. There's something here. It's got a funny gray to it. I wonder if that's molded. Could be mold on the outside of it. Looks like mold. What should I do with that? Should I scrape it off or put it in a new hive? Here. Here's a few dead bees, some honey that seeped down. No signs of our mouse yet. Beetle blaster with what looks like a spider in the bottom. A couple spiders. No honey, no beetles though. Not there. Yellow jacket. Here I can see a number of bees down in there. Looks like they're clustered together. Here I can see a number of bees here clustered together, dead on the frames. Suspended animation. Back in here. This is a frame of mostly built out comb. No resources in it. Comb, a little bit of nectar in there. Some capped wax, some sugary looking crystallized wax in open cells. Capped cells here. Some capped honey cells. This goes to show you what having too much space between the frames will do. See how this one's bellied out? Maybe we'll trim that off when we put it in. No signs of a mouse nest. Okay, here we're coming into some dead bees. There's a bunch of dead bees here. No signs of Varroa mites on them anyway, dead ones. A lot of them are smaller bees, so they're smaller nurse bees. Some capped cells, some cells with, it looks like crystallized sugar in them. I'll brush these down into the bottom. Come off of here. Some more dead bees. Some more dead bees here, nurse bees. Some of them are in the cells. On this side, some in the cell, some on the outside. Some capped cells here. Some capped brood cells, it looks like. Too much for what's in the cells. A few more dead bees here. This one's got a little Varroa on it. One here. It's more of a test of what's visible on the camera. Where'd it go? I see a Varroa in the body of this one. Varroa on that one. Actually, several Varroa. So I think they played a role in the collapse of this colony. There's some small hive beetles in the cells on this frame. Brush them down in. Here's a cell mostly with a frame with mostly capped honey in it here. Few dead bees on this frame. More cells with what looks like crystallized honey in them. Okay, at the point. And take this box off. This lower telescoping jacket off. You have quite a number of dead bees on this bottom louvered board. What's the name for it? I made several of these. Number of dead bees on this bottom board. I had my suspicions this might have been a queenless hive at the end of the season. Well, maybe we'll confirm that as we look at the bottom board here shortly. The screen bottom board. I came out previously and videoed the inside of the hive with my depth stack endoscope that I purchased off of eBay. You can see here on the screen bottom board above the tray that the entire colony is dead there. I'll see if the queen is there. I see some dead yellow jackets. I see a few Varroa mites. Looks like some robbing might have went on. There's a small wax pieces. And then let me dig through and see if I can find the queen. There's a close-up for the camera here. Not a lot of Varroa in them. But I won't dump them on the ground here. I'll bring them in and put them in the garbage so that they don't attract critters. The frames, I'm going to freeze them for a day each, probably 2 at a time. Yellow jacket here. And then we'll see when I'll reset up some boxes out here, and when I get the new package, I'll be ready to go. Lemongrass. do is I'll leave one of these boxes on here with the lemongrass oil and see if it can work as a swarm trap. The other day I did see a few bees on the outside of the one nuke over there. This is a good frame here. A little bit of sugar in it. Got another empty frame of comb here. That will work as a swarm trapper. I don't know, slat board, I think that's what it's called on the bottom there. Lemongrass. This will go back. Here. Learned this trick from the Vino website. A lot of information there. Okay. I'm going to bring them back. I will put these in between some of these frames. Who's a monkey? Who's a monkey?
Here's the monkey.
Who's a monkey?